Hey, how's it going everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. I finally finished my Misery Let's Play. That's been going on since August, you guys. Can you believe it? It has been going on for that long, and I finally finished with part 77. I can hardly believe it's over. It feels like a baby, and no, it's kind of gone. It's kind of strange. But I just want to thank my viewers for keeping up with it as long as you have. This thing's been going on forever. I just want to thank you guys for watching it, liking it, commenting on it, supporting it, sharing it. I really appreciate all your guys' support. Stalker is one of my favorite games ever, so I love having all the support from you guys and all these other fans because it's such an amazing game, and it always excites me getting so many of you involved with it. I just absolutely love it, and it just makes me so happy when you guys put silly comments or even comment about the things that you found funny in the Let's Play that I did or said, and it just makes me happy to know that I amused you guys and gave you some entertainment out of it. So I want to thank you guys for supporting it and for keeping up with it and watching it and liking it and all those things. Like, it makes me so happy. I can hardly believe it's over, so thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. I love your support. I love listening to you guys. So I want to just thank you for keeping up with probably what is my current biggest series on YouTube right now. Next, I want to thank this gentleman right here. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to try because I'm going to sound really silly doing it. But I want to thank him because he is a part of the official Stalker Facebook page. And I think I might have mentioned this prior to, but he has been behind posting my Let's Play parts on there. And so I really want to thank you so much for your support because I've been following this official Stalker Facebook page for like years now. And I absolutely love it, and I love how much everyone is still keeping up with the game. And I just think it's utterly amazing. So thank you so much for posting my Let's Plays on there and supporting it. It makes me so happy to see. You guys are so incredibly awesome. I've been following this page forever, and I love watching all the amazing content and the things that people come up with. It's really cool, so thank you so much. Now next I want to end up thanking the Misery development team. And I'm surprised more of you guys haven't really put this together, because only a few of you really have. And I want to thank them because they allowed me to have early beta access to Misery before it even came out. And why I'm surprised you guys didn't put this together is because I have an atmosphere video, this glorious shenanigan right here. I have an atmosphere video that I put out that has all parts of the game in it, or a majority of all the different areas in it, and I had it out the day of, and yet no one questions how that happened, which I found kind of funny. But I want to thank you guys for letting me beta test with you guys. I hope that I was able to do enough for all of you because, quite frankly, if it wasn't for Misery, I wouldn't be as big as I am now. Granted, I'm not really big on YouTube, as we all know, but prior to Misery, I was at about 600-ish or so subscribers, and now I'm above 3,000, and I'm still slowly climbing and growing at a lot quicker pace than I was prior to, because it took 2 years to get up to 600 people. It took me 2 years to accumulate all you guys, so that's a slow progress. Kind of depressing, but you guys are awesome, so it's all worth it. But so I want to thank you guys because you helped me so much, potentially more than you guys know. It gave me a huge edge to have all that prior access to everything, to get in depth with it a little bit more and to try it out and know how everything was working and what was new and what was in there, and to be able to have my videos out early. So I want to thank you guys so much for that because you helped an incredible amount, and you guys are just amazing, and I can only hope that I helped enough for you guys. And for those of you guys who don't know, the devs obviously do, but for all of you who are watching who don't know, I don't know anything about programming. I don't know anything about how to make a game. That is not my forte. I went to college for photography. I don't know how programming works, so I don't know anything about trying to make a mod. That's like rocket science to me. So the only thing I was really able to do was just beta test, run around, figure out if there's bugs and everything, and be like, hey, this crashed, here's the error code, and they had to show me how to get to the error code because I didn't know where the hell that was. But that was the most I was able to do, make a few suggestions here or there, and I think I pointed out a spelling error once. Which actually turned into, we kept the spelling error, and instead of making an error, we just made the guy slightly more insane. For those who want to know what I'm talking about, the one guy who's over at the concrete factory all the way on top, and he says that he broke his food and stuff like that. Food was the error, was supposed to be foot, and then we decided just to make him go psycho, and they re-scripted it and everything and made him really fucking crazy. But anyway, sorry, I ramble a lot. So I want to thank you guys for that. I just really hope that I was able to do a decent amount for you guys. I don't even think it quite adds up the same, but I hope that I was able to help enough for you guys. I just want to thank you so much for letting me be a part of your world. Like, I love the Stalker community. It's like, for a game that's so old and to have so many people involved in it, to have so many people so enthusiastic about it, it's just fucking wonderful. It's lovely. I love dealing with that. So to be a part of something like the Misery mod, which is one of the biggest mods out there, is just phenomenal. I love it. Like, it was so thrilling, and I felt like the most special person in the world, even though I really didn't do much, but like, just to be a part of that and to like see what was going on, it was so exciting. And I just, like, the Stalker community is fabulous. It's just great, and to be a part of it is great. The only thing that I thought was kind of a bummer about it, and some of you guys may know, some of you guys may share these feelings, and some of you, of course, may disagree, and some of you guys may have not tried it yet, but sadly there's a lot of people who are getting kind of hard about the mod when it came out, and that kind of bummed me out a little bit, just because I know how hard these guys worked, and it's really hard to make something perfect when you're just a group of people with a really huge passion for, like, this mod and doing something like this, but it's not like you're making really money off of it. And a lot of people are really harsh because there, of course, have been still a little bit of crashing errors and some bugs and things like that. And I think people are a little bit unreasonable with how harsh they are, because quite frankly, what I don't think some of you guys understand, or those who have those feelings, is that this is a relatively small group of people who have full-time jobs. They have families, potentially wives and kids and things like that. They're starting up businesses of their own, and they're not getting paid to make this mod, you guys. They're doing it because they love it. They're doing it because they love the community and they love the game. And I think people need to kind of realize that more. I mean, they are literally doing this in their free time, after their jobs or after their family time or in between it. And the only, I think, money that they make, as far as I'm aware of, is just through donations. It's not like someone's paying them to make this mod for us, you know? So try and be a little bit more open to it. A lot of people were, there's a decent amount of people that were kind of harsh about it, which was kind of a bummer, because I have been in the forums and I have watched day in and day out. There was constant issues coming out, and they were constantly throwing out fixes for everything. Like, not a day went by where someone wasn't working on it. There's normally a nice group of people refixing the script, refinding errors and redoing them and re-putting out new updates, and they were working on it all the time, you guys. I saw them. They were working on it all the time. And, you know, just errors and things just tend to happen. And so if you guys haven't played Misery yet, or if maybe you have and you potentially have given up on it, just give it another try. Just realize, guys, they're just another group of really enthusiastic fans like us that are doing something super amazing to a game that we all love. And just keep in consideration that they have other lives, you know? They're not getting paid to make this. They're doing it for the love of the game and the community and for what they do. And just so keep that in mind. If you guys go to try Misery, or if you already tried and you want to retry and go through it, just keep in mind that they're just normal people like us with extraordinary talents, just doing something that they love in their free time. They're not really getting paid for it unless, again, as far as I'm aware, you donate. So be a little bit more open. That was something that kind of bummed me, because I don't think people realized how much they were working on it and how they were at it all the time, and how, you know, they have other lives. Misery isn't their life, you guys. That sounds depressing. Misery isn't your life. You would hope it isn't. But anyway, sorry, I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. I'm back. I'm good. I'm back. So I just want to thank you guys again so much. You have done a lot for me, and I really appreciate it. So I think that's all I have to say. Thank you to my viewers. Thank you, the official Stalker Facebook page, for posting my videos on there, though not everyone quite agrees with the way I play. And then thank you, Misery development team. You guys have done a phenomenal job. You guys are always hard at work at it. and I appreciate everything that you've done, so thank you. Okay, that is all done. I've been blabbering for a long time, so let's go into fact and story time. Random fact, I once won an online poker match by raising every single hand. My cousin had me sit in because they had to go do something, and I don't really know much about poker, so I literally just sat there and just raised every single hand, and people either folded or somehow my hand, I guess, was better than theirs, and I won against a bunch of online people playing poker just literally by raising, and I can only imagine that they knew more than I did, which was hilarious. Story time wise, I used to do volunteer work for a haunted trail in Aurora, Illinois. They had a little forest area, and I would be a guide, so I'd essentially lead people through, and that just always led to a bunch of interesting moments, like this one group of like middle school students or somewhere around there, you would talk to them prior to, because everyone has to wait in line, you send them off in groups and everything, so they knew my name, and the majority of the time I'm like literally walking with like 4 girls clinging to me, screaming my name, and it was so hard to walk through that trail and lead them through just because they kept screaming at me, and they were all clinging to me, and I'm just like, okay, let's go, come on, let's get this done. And then another silly thing was, before I started dressing up, because after a while I started dressing up in Halloween costumes just to make it more fun, before I would just wear jeans and like an army jacket or whatever, and you always have a guide in the front and you have one in the back. And whenever I would be a guide for the back, because I was dressed normally, the scary people in the trail would try and do that whole I'm stalking you thing, so they'd like walk right behind me breathing on me or something like that because they're trying to freak me out, intimidate me, and I had to keep telling them, you guys, I'm a guide, I work here, calm your tits, and they'd be like, oh. And this happened like 5 or so times in one night, and the only embarrassing part is when they decided to jump out at me and I wasn't paying attention because it actually startled and creeped me out, and I'm like, seriously, you guys? I'm like, I've been through here 5 times. I'm like, I work here. I'm like, cut it out. I'm like, you're making me look really stupid because you're jumping out and creeping me the fuck out. It was just delightful. Halloween's a great time. Anyway, I'm going to go. You guys have a fabulous evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in some Let's Plays of Cryostasis. Bye!
Feel my power!